Hi everyone. My name is Christy Trusty and I'm a travel advisor with Best Day Ever Vacations. My little company that I created is Sunshine Bird Vacations LLC so that I could sell my digital products on the side. My digital products include like travel guides and planning tools and even a new course that I'm working on. So I'm really excited about that part of my business. But this was supposed to be a Facebook Live. I was going to go live in my group, the Budget Vacation Planners, to do a question and answer Q&A with my members. However, apparently I need an established presence on Facebook, which means I need 100 followers or more. So if you can help me out and go follow my Facebook group, that would be wonderful, and I could start up these lives. But instead of doing it live, I am just going to record it. And I have a few questions that I can answer. And I'll just record it like I was going to for the live, and we'll go through it. But this one was supposed to be all about Walt Disney World, all about answering everybody's questions on Walt Disney World. So hopefully I can help you out just a little bit with this Q&A, even though it's not live. So let's go ahead and get into it. So the first theme park that I wanted to talk about is Hollywood Studios, and that's because it was the first one on our itinerary when we went in March. So I'm just kind of doing it in order right now. But our last visit was in March 2025. It was actually our first time going to Disney World with kids. We had always gone just by ourselves as a couple, or I had gone just with my family. So it was definitely a different experience. So we went with our two kids, Isabella, age 2 and also Gabriella, who was age 6 months at that time. So two young kids. Thankfully, Disney World is free for kids 2 and under. So we got them both in for free, and that was great, right? So we took them to Disney World, and this was kind of our highlights of what we did there this time. So the one thing that we had never done before was meet and greets with the characters, obviously, because we're adults, we just never thought to go meet them. So Hollywood Studios has they have the Pluto here, and then they also have like Doc McStuffins, Vampirella, I think her name is. Like some of the Disney Junior characters are all outside of, they have a Disney Junior like dance party too. So some fun stuff for the kids. And the meet and greets were just amazing. Shorter lines, not super long, and the kids just completely loved the characters. And then after we did that, we went to Hollywood and Vine. So we took advantage of the buffet character meals because it made the most sense for us value-wise. 2-year-olds and under are free at the buffet style meals. So it was kind of like, oh, we're getting four of us in for the price of two adults. So it was really great too because all the characters in the Hollywood and Vine, it was the minis seasonal dine for the spring. And they all come like walking around, and we saw them maybe like 2 or 3 times as we were sitting there eating. And Isabel was dressed up as Minnie Mouse, and so was Gabby. So a lot of cool photos came from that experience. So that was really cool. And then one of the things that we always do when we're in Hollywood Studios, because we just love the atmosphere, is Oga's Cantina. So not really like a restaurant or anything. All they have are like cool drinks and some snacks. But the vibe there is just amazing. They have the music and everything. But you probably won't get that big of a booth. As you can see, we were traveling with my parents as well as my sister's family. So we all booked that dining reservation together, and that's how we got that huge booth. And we're able to sit down because a lot of the tables in there are just standing, and they do that because they only give you like a 45-minute window to get everything. So definitely don't want you to stick around because they're trying to get people through the door. And I will say, even though we had a dining reservation, when we got there, we were a little bit late for our reservation. And because of that, and because we didn't have our full party with us, they said, hey, we just got to put you on the wait list. It took probably like 30, 45 minutes to get into it. But yeah, so that was that wasn't a fun part because then we had to wait for a while once everybody got there, but they got us in, they got us the big booth and everything went well there. And I will say I do have some questions that are ready to go for this. Um, so I'll go ahead and read off the question and then I'll answer it. So the first one is, what is your favorite ride at Hollywood Studios? So my favorite ride at Hollywood Studios is Toy Story Mania, like hands down. It's just so much fun. You get 3D glasses. I'm trying to put my phone up here so I can read the questions. You get 3D glasses and like a little cannon, a little pole cannon, and then you shoot targets on a digital screen. And believe there's like four people to a little vehicle, and you're all like versing each other. And there's no height requirement, so anyone can go on it. Unfortunately, we had to skip it in March because Disney World changed their lightning lane system. I hate it so much, to be honest. What they did though is they made more incentive to stay with them at a Disney resort because they said, hey, if you stay with us at a Disney resort, 7 days before your stay, you can book the lightning lanes for all of your park days, all of them. Whereas people that don't stay with them only have 3 days before the specific park day. So let's just say we had 3 park days scheduled. In the very last one, the 3 day before was already on our vacation. So that sucks in general, just having to wake up, schedule things while you're on vacation. So I do not like their lightning lane system anymore. It really does suck. But the real problem with it is that the most popular rides get snagged up first. So we got a return time for Toy Story Mania of like 9:45 p.m., which might be okay for other people, but for our family, we have to be back to the hotel and sleeping before that point. So we had to give it up. So that's just an idea of the lightning lane system. If you truly need to go on a certain ride and you want to get on that ride, like Slinky Dog Dash is super popular. I would say you definitely need to stay at a Disney resort, unfortunately. They do have some more economical ones like Pop Century. And I can help you out with that because I'm a travel advisor, right? So I can help you figure it all out. But let's move on. Which show is a can't miss for you? Phant Fantasmic, Indiana Jones, or Beauty and the Beast? Okay. So honestly, I've never seen The Beauty and the Beast. I wanted to take Isabella to it this time around. Isabella and Gabby, I guess. But it just didn't work out. I don't know if you've been to Disney World before. Maybe you haven't. But it's almost impossible to do everything in one day. Actually, it probably is impossible. There's just so much to do. So we did catch the Frozen sing along, which was fun. It was funny. It was basically just like watching the movie, but they had comedy for the adults. So it was funny. But yeah, I wish we could have got to the Beauty and the Beast, but we just didn't have time. We did, however, see Indiana Jones, and that was great. And we also saw Fantasmic. And I'd say out of the two of those, if you had to choose one, I definitely do Fantasmic. It was just amazing. They revamped it. Lots of magic, lots of fireworks, lots of princesses and characters and everything. My kids just loved it, even though it was kind of late. It was like 8 p.m., I think, and kind of late for some children, but they just loved it. So I definitely recommend Fantasmic. I saw both shows before they went away for COVID. So I'm super happy that they're back, and honestly, they're more amazing than ever. So definitely recommend both of those shows. Um, what's your favorite restaurant at Hollywood Studios? Oh, this is an easy one. Even though we ate at Hollywood and Vine, the food was okay. The characters, it was more for the characters. I don't know if I'd recommend it based on the food. So hands down. my favorite dining experience there is the sci-fi dine-in theater. And honestly, it seems to be everybody else's too. It's kind of hard to get a dining reservation, but with the two kids, I didn't want them to be afraid of the monsters like the sci-fi because they show basically imagine this. It's like nighttime because it's inside and they make it look like night and you're outside at a drive-in theater. Um, and there's actually cars that you sit in with little tables in front of you. And you can be eating a cheeseburger and drinking a milkshake while you're watching clips of sci-fi movies. So that was the problem for my kids is sci-fi movies. I don't know what they're going to throw up there. They might get nightmares. I don't know. So it's a really cool environment, but not too nice for kids, I guess. So those are the questions. So let's move on to the next one. All right. So next up is Animal Kingdom. So when we were there in March 2025, we went to the Kilimanjaro Safari. Definitely a must every single time we go and every single time we see something different. It's not the same. It's like, oh, look, the lions are awake on this one. And it just kind of depends on when you can get your lightning lane, right? So we didn't have much choice and we ended up with an after lunch one, which we were kind of worried about. We were like, oh, it's like afternoon, hottest part of the day. No animals are going to be out, but you know what? All of the animals were out. There were a ton of animals. So I don't know if it was like they were eating, it was lunchtime, but we had a wonderful ride there. And it's basically just a bus and they take you around this huge habitat. I think they said it's even bigger than like Magic Kingdom or something like that, but it is huge and it has lots of animals. So definitely a must on any trip. And then obviously we did our meet and greets. First time doing those, but I don't know if you know, but there's a ride called Dinosaur that's over there, and it's actually closing soon, if not closed already, because they're going to revamp it into some Indiana Jones style ride, is what I've been seeing online. But when we were there, we were like, this is probably the last time we can ride it, but the kids couldn't ride it. So Robbie's my husband. Robbie and I did a lightning lane just for us to go on it. And it was over in the dino area. And when one of us was going on the ride, the other one was taking the kids around to all these meet and greets. And they have like the chipmunks and dinosaur outfits. They had Daisy Duck, you see there. She met Donald Duck again. So just all the characters out there in very short lines, very good opportunities to get photos because we did have that memory maker. So we got all of this on one price. And then the Tusker House restaurant, again, we took advantage of the buffet, two and under eats free. This, however, and we've tried many, like Yak and Yeti was our favorite before we got to Tusker House. And we weren't expecting much from it, but the food there, if you like Indian, Asian, African, whatever type of ethnic food, that is the place to go because it's a whole buffet. You get to try everything. They did have some American stuff for the kids, right? I forget what it was, but they had food for the kids. But either way, all like this was the Fab Five, which is like Mickey, Minnie, Donald. I don't think it was Dave, no, Goofy and Pluto. I think those were the five in this one. And they were all in their safari gear, as you can tell. And we saw them like two or three times, and they even did like dances and stuff. So wonderful character dining experience. And then we did catch the Finding Nemo show for the first time. And honestly, I would probably say, unless you need to get into air conditioning for a while, I would pass on it. It was really cute, like little puppets on stage, as you can see there. But I don't know, it was just a retelling of the story. Kind of like the Frozen one that everybody raves about. It's just a retelling of the story in a different format. And the kids loved it. Don't get me wrong. They loved the show. But me as an adult, I was kind of bored. So if you've seen Finding Nemo, maybe don't go to that one. I have heard that the Festival of the Lion King is amazing. I haven't never gone just because the line has been so long and I don't want to waste a fast pass on it. Or sorry, they're called lightning lanes now. But I didn't want to waste one on it. So there you go. So let's move over to the questions. Do you prefer the thrill of Expedition Everest or the magic of Flight of Passage? Ooh, those are both amazing rides at Animal Kingdom. Expedition Everest is a like you're going in this train. Is it a train? I think it's train. You're going like up a mountain to go find the Yeti. And then you find the Yeti, and that's my problem with it. After you find the Yeti, the second half is going backwards, and I am not a backwards person. I get very motion sick. So though that ride is amazing, if you get motion sick like me, I would say pass. But I do want to mention that the line that you wait in for that is amazing. It's full of like artifacts and like fun stuff for you to look at. So it really keeps you occupied as you're walking through the line. And they do have a single rider line that's a little bit quicker, so you don't have to waste a lightning lane on it. However, choosing between the two of them, hands down, Flight of Passage. Amazing ride. It's just like if you've ever been on Soarin', it's kind of just like Soarin' at Epcot, except for you're riding a banshee in the Avatar movie. And it's so cool because it just feels like you're putting on that little headset and you're like boom, you're in that avatar's body and you're on your banshee flying all over the place. So though I do get kind of motion sick on it, I find it amazingly fun. So the problem with that one though is it's probably like the longest wait at Animal Kingdom because it's so popular and it's a single lightning lane, not the multi-pass. So it's even harder to get. Basically, they do a single lightning lane for the most in-demand rides. And that just means that you pay extra on top of the multi-pass. So it kind of sucks. But if you can snag one, that's definitely the quickest way to get on that ride. And then the other thing I would say there is when it first came out, we rope dropped it. When we visited, I don't remember. I think it was like 2023 probably. But we rope dropped it, and that was a very bad idea. Any type of rope drop strategy should go towards the low-hanging fruit, not the most in-demand rides, in my opinion. You should go get all the low-hanging fruit out of the way, so at the end of the day, you can hop in those longer wait lines. And so that's kind of my little tidbit of knowledge for a strategy of rope dropping. But let's move on. What's your favorite animal exhibit or trail to explore? Uh, the Maharaja Jungle Trek. That's in the Asia area of Animal Kingdom because it has I have videos of the tigers and the tigers are so active. They have like a little watering hole and they were taking a bath and they're hitting their ball around like they're so active. And then on that trail too, there's like a really cool aviary and I'm really excited. I love that aviary just because I like aviaries. I do like zoos. I'm a huge zoo person, and I love Animal Kingdom for the fact that if you have a wait for your next ride, just go look at the animals. There's always something to do. Um, and it's very shaded, so no worries there. It's a very shaded park with lots of trees. Let's move on. Have you ever done the Kilimanjaro safaris at different times of day? Did it change the experience? Okay, yeah, I have. Like I said, that afternoon one, lots of animals moving around. I've also done morning, and it's been completely different experience. Every time it's going to be a different experience, right? But the animals, like different animals are active at different times, right? So I feel like there's no set way to see this safari. You just go whenever you can and you'll see something and it'll be amazing. Okay, so let's move on. And now it's Magic Kingdom time. So this was our third park and final park when we went in March. We just decided to cut out EPCOT because we were doing a combined like Universal SeaWorld type vacation and we just didn't have time to do 4 park days, just 3, so we cut out EPCOT. But for Magic Kingdom, you always have to get that iconic shot in front of the castle. You just got to do it. It's just amazing memory to take home with you, and they always do a good job with it. You are going to get photo bombing like I have right here with this woman. I like how it's doing an arrow right now. This woman. But otherwise it's a good time and you get a nice souvenir out of it. So some things that we did differently this time was we took advantage of, so we had the multi-pass lightning lane again, and my mom and dad were also with us, and we took advantage of 2-year-olds and under being free to go with anyone who else who has a lightning lane. So each one of us got a different lightning lane, like different lightning lanes for different rides. And we took Isabella on every single one of the rides that she could go on. So it was really, that was our focus for our vacation was let's get Isabella on all the rides she can go on. And she went, and one adult each goes with her. And then we went on a few together, right? So we did, I think we did Jungle Cruise. We did the Enchanted Tiki Room, got to do that every time. And then we also did It's a Small World and Peter Pan. Those were the ones we did together. But otherwise, we took her on like Ariel, Winnie the Pooh, the Barnstormer, the Magic Carpets, like all of those she got to go on because of that strategy. So just a really good strategy to keep in mind if you have a 2-year-old or under going with you. And then some other things, some other new things that we went to this time. So we had both Isabella and Gabriella had enough hair and had not had their first haircuts yet. So Harmony Barber Shop is actually like a little small place right on the main street, right when you come in the door to Magic Kingdom. And they actually do my first haircuts, and they're pretty like inexpensive, honestly. Like I think they were under $20, maybe with tip 25. But we took them there and we got their first haircut. They got little ears that say my first haircut. We got lots of pictures and memories, and I would definitely recommend that. And I know that they do adult hair too. So if you're looking for like a new experience and you haven't done that, you could go to Harmony Barbershop. And then we also did the highly amped up Cinderella's Royal Table because again, we were like, let's take advantage of the tour under eating free. So the funny thing with this reservation though was it was both me, my husband, our 2 kids, and my mom and dad. And we had the 4 of us plus 2 kids, but I couldn't get a dining reservation for all of us together. So what I did was I got 2 dining reservations, two adults, 2 kids, because the under twos are free, so you can do it that way. It is a prepaid meal, so you have to do it that way if you want to get it free. And then the other one, we did 2 adults, 1 kid, or something like that, just to get them a dining reservation. And then what we did was we went there in the morning, right when they opened, and we said, hey, we have these 2 dining reservations, but we want to be sat together. Can we do that? And they said, yeah, no problem. So it was really great. We took those 2 dining reservations, we threw them together, and we all got together at the Cinderella's Royal Table. Now it was really cute. Right when they bring you in, you get to meet Cinderella. That's this picture right here. That's Isabella meeting Cinderella, and Cinderella was just an amazing actress, honestly. She was so nice to and so in character, and it was so cute to watch them conversing. And they get a little bit of time and their pictures taken and everything to talk to her. And then you go up into the main area. It is some stairs. It's like 2 flights of stairs. You're up in the main area and it's all kind of open. And then what happens is like the princesses come out like one at a time, different ones kind of go around the room for photo ops, and then it continues and repeats. And then the one issue that we had with Cinderella's Royal Table was that we went up there and we were like, okay, I want the rare steak, blah blah blah, right? Where's the child's menu? and they said, "Oh, you have to pay for a child's lunch to be able to get food for your 2-year-old." I looked at them and I was like, "But it says everywhere, kids 2 and under eat free at Disney World." And she was like, "But I think here they want you to spend like I think it was like $45 or something." And I'm like, "I'm not gonna spend $45 for my 2-year-old to eat two fries and a chicken tender." So I gave him a little bit of snarkiness back, but you know what? They brought me out some chicken tenders and fries for her because I was like, I can't give her my rare steak. What do you want me to give her? So they made it right, but if you take a 2 and under and expect to eat free, you might have a little bit of issue. So I just wanted to bring that up. Okay, so let's go to questions. So Magic Kingdom. What's your favorite ride at Magic Kingdom? Ooh, there are so many favorites that I have, but I have to say, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad is the most fun in my opinion. It's since it's down for refurbishment, I would say Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, but I think why I like the Big Thunder Mountain Railroad is because there's less of a line and you can go on it many, many times. But also I have to go to Haunted Mansion every single time I go. I have to go. It's a tradition. So that's definitely one of my favorites as well. What's your best tip for getting on the highest demand ride with the shortest wait? Ooh, good tips for all the parks here that have any type of show, event, or anything. Definitely wait for that fireworks show, whatever is going on that's drawing the huge crowd. Go to the ride that you have to hit, right? Like that you want the less weight on, you have to hit it. Probably most in demand, like Slinky Dog Dash, do it during Fantasmic. Or at Magic Kingdom, Tron, do it during the fireworks. That's just if you don't care about those shows or the fireworks or whatever. Um, so that's just one tip for getting the highest demand ride with the shortest wait. Um, which land do you spend the most time in and why? So with the kids, it was Fantasyland, and definitely the circus portion. We never really hit that one before, so that was pretty cool. But the one that I would spend the most time in, just myself and my husband maybe, is Adventureland. I really like they have pirates, they have Jungle Cruise, the Enchanted Tiki Room, and just the ambiance over there is super cool. They also have the Navigation Skipper Canteen Company with I'm butchering the name. But that's a good place to eat. So yeah, I really like Adventureland. All right, so that's all the questions for Magic Kingdom. Let's move on. So for Epcot, our last visit was in September of 2023. Like I said, we skipped it in March. But here are a few of our favorite things to do. So we always have to hit Soarin' Around the World. That is a favorite of ours. It's just so fun. Like you get in this hang glider and it takes you kind of up a little bit. And then it's like you're soaring all over the world. So very, very fun ride. And then Living with the Land, always have to hit that ride. And these are short wait rides, so you don't have to waste your lightning lanes on. But Living with the Land, it's just a really calm and kind of long boat ride through this greenhouse with a whole bunch of different stuff going. And in the winter, it transforms into the glimmering greenhouse. And they have a bunch of lights and everything for the holidays. It's pretty. It's really pretty. Um, and then the beer garden restaurant, my husband would disagree, but my whole family loves this restaurant because it's as you can see, it's like family dining, it's buffet. You sit around the stage in the middle. You can see the stage right here. So there's live entertainment on the stage, and there's a little dance floor here where the kids can dance. And then you have like a buffet to go eat whatever you want. They have good sausages, like all the German food. And then they have these huge beers. Yeah, those are great. But one of the reasons why I like that restaurant. Okay, so let's go to the questions. If I can find them. Epcot. Okay, there we go. If there is a festival going on, should I reserve a sit-down meal? Oh, no, don't do it. I've done it. And you do not need a sit-down meal. So basically at any type of festival, it can be food and wine festival, it can be the my shirt right here, the Flower and Garden Festival. Oh, you can't see that. Yeah, that's my shirt. It can be any type of festival that they're having, and they're gonna have tons of little booths set up, like all over the place, each one representing like a different country with different foods and alcohols or non-alcoholic drinks. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna end up doing the around the world at Epcot and eating and drinking as you go, as you see these cool things, and you're like, oh, look over there, let's get that. And by the time you're done, you're going to be so full that you're not going to want to have any type of sit down meal. So definitely don't recommend booking a sit down meal. Um, we already did that one. It's just what's your go-to country to eat in around World Showcase, and that was a beer garden. I like Germany. Um, there goes my phone. What's your favorite thing to do in Epcot? Ooh, that's a good one. I have two favorite things. So my first favorite and kind of least known thing to do in Epcot that's actually free as well is there's a little store called Club Cool, and you can do like a little free tasting of Coca-Colas from all around the world. And it's super fascinating to see, what they sell in different countries. It's super cool. So definitely recommend that one. And then my other favorite thing, if you want to cool off from the heat, definitely go to the Sea Base Aquarium. And when you're coming in the park and you see like the spaceship Earth, it's going to be to your right. And it's going to be the first building. It has the Nemo and Friends ride in it, but it's the first building there. And basically what it is just this huge aquarium with like thousands of sea animals inside of it. And it's all air conditioning. It actually holds, no, it doesn't hold that. The Garden Grill is actually in the Living with the Lands building. Um, I think, yeah. Um, Either way, so it's definitely super cool in there, and they have like hidden Mickeys around in the water. I've seen a few of them, and a lot of sea animals. So it's kind of like there's your aquarium, and then they have Animal Kingdom. There's your zoo, right? So you get everything with Disney. It's so great. But those are the questions. So let's move on. And then I just wanted to put a slide together on a couple free areas. So they have Disney Springs, which I last went to in March, and the Disney Boardwalk, which I last went to in September of 2023. So Disney Springs is like this huge area. It's not really connected to any of the Disney parks, but it's this huge area with a bunch of restaurants and shops and live music and just nightlife. It's just a great place to go and hang out. And I just love it. Honestly, what I like to do with my itinerary is I like to do an Animal Kingdom day that ends because the Animal Kingdom closes earlier than all the other parks. I like to do an Animal Kingdom day and then follow it with a Disney Springs like afternoon, evening. And we'll go and eat dinner at Disney Springs, and then we'll go shopping because there's so many shops. Now, the one thing I want to make you aware of is the merch will get you. So this last time I went and all I wanted was this wand, this crystal wand. Maybe I'll post a picture of it or something in the comments. But I got this crystal wand. It was like $75 there. And then I walked into the big Disney store and I found all of these Starbucks cups. And it's a set, right? I need the full set. That's my problem. I like to collect things, and when I saw these cups, I was like, I need them. So I bought them all, which was kind of pricey, and that's how the merch got me. I also had my sister pick up this shirt from the Flower and Garden Festival because they went to Epcot in March. So I'm even looking at merch that's other places and asking for that, and on top of it being like, I want all these cups. So Yeah, I spent a little bit too much in merchandise, so just be aware they will try to get you. And then the Disney Boardwalk is pretty cool. It's not as big as Disney Springs. However, it's connected to Epcot. There's a different entrance in and out of it. I think it's by Canada, like right after Canada. And that entrance, you go straight out and you're like on the boardwalk, and there's places to eat. Not that you're going to need it after being at Epcot. But what I usually do is I go to Epcot and then I walk the boardwalk because my tip for you is at the end of Epcot, if you need a ride share, it's going to be so much harder to get one at the gates of Epcot. When you can just stream out this way and like kind of peruse and look at the shops, get some drinks, whatever it is, some nightlife, and then you get to the hotel, whatever hotel is around there, Disney hotel, and then you go out front and order your ride share from there, and it's super quick. So definitely a tip for that one. But do I have any questions for these? Let me see. Oh, yeah. So for Disney Springs, what's your favorite spot to eat? Quick bite or sit down? Oh, okay. I will say T-Rex is amazing. Even it's not just for kids. We'll just say every time I go to Disney Springs, I have to go to T-Rex. And even if I'm alone sitting at the bar, because they do take walk-ups at the bar. Otherwise, you got to get the dining reservations, right? But basically, the ambiance there is amazing. It's like animatronic dinosaurs everywhere, kind of like Rainforest Cafe if you've ever been. And then like every so often, instead of a rain shower at the Rainforest Cafe, it's a meteor shower. So like the world's ending for the dinosaurs every so often. And they have like an ice cave and a water room, and I don't know, it's really cool. So I definitely recommend T-Rex. Do you go to Disney Springs mainly to shop, eat, or just relax? I love the shops. I love eating there and I also love the shops. So the shops, like they have spice shops, the big Disney store. They have Star Wars shops. They have the pin trading. They have the Marketplace Co-op. Don't miss that one. That is amazing. It's like several different buildings kind of all together, several different shops, and they're all super unique and cool, like artsy, fun stuff to look at. And then as always, they even have like designer shops like Vera Bradley and stuff in there. So you could definitely spend the whole day at Disney Springs, and they do put on some events like for Christmas, they'll do the not really, I don't know what they call it, Festival of Trees or what, but they have like Christmas trees all over the place, and they give you like this map, and you go and you like put a sticker over each one when you find it. So it's like a little scavenger hunt for kids. So they have some fun stuff to do at Disney Springs that you could spend like a whole day there. Do you visit the boardwalk more during the day or in the evening for nightlife? Evening. I've only been there in the evening. I don't know what it has going on for it during the day. I think I would rather be at a Disney park or Disney Springs. All right, so let's move on. Oh, other places to check out. I have been sharing this everywhere since I found it in March, but Disney Character Warehouse will take your money. So basically, if you didn't find enough merchandise in the parks, this is an outlet for park merchandise, where basically park merchandise goes to become cheaper. So you can see here in the photo, we found this Rey Skywalker Legacy lightsaber hilt, and it was $75 at the Disney Character Warehouse, 160 online on the Disney Store. So that gives you an idea of what kind of prices you can find there. And they had spirit jerseys. Let's just say I got like two or three of those. I spent way too much. Um, but yeah, and then like kids' clothes, like it was insane. Like a Moana swimsuit for $12 or something. It was just really cheap. It might have been cheaper than that, even like 8 or 9. I don't remember, but it was pretty cheap. And so I bought some stuff for Isabella too. But yeah, definitely a cool place to check out, especially if you want legit Disney park merchandise for cheap. And then Universal City Walk. This is Universal, right? But it's a free area right outside of the Universal parks. I don't know if a lot of people know that it's free. So this is kind of like their version of Disney Springs, and it has lots of restaurants. It has like nightlife going on, live entertainment. You can see the stage right here. So it has live entertainment. And then on the other side, you can't see it in this picture, but there's Hard Rock Cafe. And they actually host concerts at the Hard Rock Cafe. So I actually took my husband to the Cowboy Bebop one when we were there in March. And it was really cool. So yeah, definitely check out Universal City Walk, even if you're just going there for a Disney vacation. Oh, and they have putt-putt golf. That's like a sci-fi theme, like with aliens and stuff. So super fun. Oops, we went way too far. Okay, so one of my last slides here. If you want to learn more about Walt Disney World, I have created this unofficial guide to Walt Disney World. And it includes a breakdown of each park by even its land and what attractions it has, what kind of lightning lane it is, all the restaurants that it has, what kind of dining it is, if it's table service or quick service. And then at the very end, it's got like tips and tricks for saving money, saving time, even packing. So I've got a lot of stuff stuffed into there, and I listed it for $5 on my Etsy shop. However, if you join the Sunshine Social, my official email newsletter, right now that's the free gift that you get for joining. And then from then on, all of the emails, like whenever I release a new travel guide or a new planning tool, I give it free to that Sunshine Social subscriber group, right? So it's just in that Sunshine Social. So once a month, you're going to get something free by signing up. So it's kind of a no-brainer. Get the free Walt Disney World guide and then get like all my future guides. And then the one thing I wanted to say here was, have you joined my budget vacation planners group and gotten your free vacation budget calculator yet? So I made this vacation budget calculator kind of as a freebie for that group. So if you join it, you'll find it pinned at the top, the access link to it. And then all it is this worksheet that you'll make a copy of, and it'll help you determine what is my annual vacation budget. And then it'll also help you estimate your vacation costs so that you can make sure that it lines up with your budget. So it's just a really nice tool to help you kind of visualize what your next year's costs look like when it comes to vacations. And honestly, it might even help you be like, Christy, this is what I need for accommodations and flights and blah, blah, blah. This is my budget outside of what I need in the current, which would be like food and whatever else. So it will really help you figure out what your budget is. And then if that's not enough for you, I created a 5 module digital course called Budget Your Best Vacation. And basically the goal is to take you from this is my dream vacation to this is my real plan and I'm going on that dream vacation next year or whenever it is. So basically it's 5 modules. You create your vacation vision, you understand the real cost of a vacation, you calculate your vacation budget, you build your vacation savings plan, and then you learn how to spend less than you save when you go to book. So it's very valuable and it's got like a worksheet as well, and it's got a tab for each of those 5 modules. And then a bonus that I threw in there is this vision board where at the end you can throw all the important information onto it, print it out, and put it somewhere visually so you can keep track of what you're saving and why. So really cool. It's in my Etsy shop. I'll post the link honestly, I'll post all the links for everything that I've talked about here. I'll post the link for my Facebook group, for my Etsy shop, and for my newsletter, the Sunshine Social. So I'll put all 3 of those links in like the comments or in the description for this because I'm gonna post it on YouTube. Um, But yeah, I just wanted to make sure everybody was aware of that. It's over in my Etsy shop. And then I was going to go live on August 14th, but I guess this one is canceled. Instead, I will do a YouTube review or something of my time at Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, as well as all the other events we did, like we did SeaWorld Holiday. So I'll post a review video for that. So make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel or you join my group or something, because this is where I'm posting all of my videos is YouTube. And then I'm going to take that YouTube link and put it in my group. So either way, you'll see it. And I also put it in my email. So whichever way you want to access this, go and make it happen. And I will see you later. Thank you so much for watching. It was wonderful to talk to you all about Walt Disney World, and go ahead and put your questions in the comments if you have more of them. I would love to answer all of your questions. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Bye.